try to look at certainly the irrigation system and how
especially
efficient
with
it's
the historic
performed.
districts. I think that's very key. Advantages also include
Hi, I'm Lisa Jensema, the Recycling and Resource Recovery Coordinator for the County of San Benito Integrated Waste Management Department. Our show is brought to you by the Chamber of Commerce in San Benito County. The Chamber promotes economic vitality in San Benito County. Members participate in a variety of ways, including serving on the Green Business Committee. To fulfill the commitment to environmental sustainability, the Chamber supports meeting present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Today we will hear from guests from 3 green-related fields, including organic agriculture processing, water-conserving irrigation systems, and purchasing green products. Our first guest is Henry Catalan from J-Leaf and Suprema, LLC. Welcome to Going Green.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm happy to be here.
Good. Henry, you are the Chief Operating Officer for J-Leaf and Suprema, LLC, which is located in Hollister. Can you tell us a little bit about your business and why you wanted to be on our show today?
Sure. Our business consists of processing and distributing leafy greens to the Los Angeles and San Francisco, Oakland area. We process items like spring mix, wild arugula, spinach, and other specialty herbs. The company started over 15 years ago. It's a family-owned and ran company. It started as very small operations and now has grown to what it is now. J-Leaf LLC, founded in 2005, has created a conscious business about surrounding the Green Business Program. So we're very excited to promote what we've done and also encourage other businesses to do the same.
That's great. So you produce a lot of different varieties of lettuce. Do you also produce organic lettuce?
Yes, a lot of the purveying we do is all organics. The majority of our sales for our lettuces is organic products. And a lot of the demand comes from those products.
So there is a lot of demand from consumers. They want organic lettuce.
Yes, there's a lot of demand for it. I mean, it has great benefits for the environment. It does limit and has regulations on pesticides, insecticides, and fungicides for a lot of the growing. So the fertilization is done through composting. So it does have a lot of benefits to the environment, as well as the end consumer. The processing aspect of it as well has its benefits. We are limited to a certain amount of chemicals and residuals in our end product, which will in turn save and affect the environment less.
Great. So on February 7th, the San Benito County Board of Supervisors certified J-Leaf and Suprema, LLC, as green businesses. Yes. And I just wanted to say congratulations again.
Thank you, Lisa.
The criteria that your company had to meet was like from 4 different areas: energy and water conservation, pollution prevention, and solid waste and recycling. What have you realized in benefits from the green certification, going through the process, changing out things that you needed to do to meet the criteria? Are you realizing any savings financially or environmentally?
Definitely. Of course, it comes with a little investment at the beginning, but some of the major things that we changed were a lot of our lighting fixtures going to fluorescent lighting, and as well as our water pumps being energy efficient, and our cooler fans as well. other things. In the end, it's a lot about the small things that we do. And in any business, it's the small things that you're able to change, so will in turn, have a positive impact on our environment. So, from recycled paper to even the paper that you misprint, cutting up into little squares and make it Post-its. Those little changes that go a long way. The censored lighting, going back to the lighting, we did change out all our lighting to censored, so they do not stay on. So at first there was a little bit of investment to change those lighting, those fixtures, but now we're starting to see that payback. Even as fast as a month, you can start noticing it in our PG&E bill, as well as our purchasing and our supplies. So there has been great savings there.
Could you talk a little bit about, I understand that you did receive a PG&E rebate.
Yes, we did.
Which really helped offset the costs for the improvements that you needed to do.
Yes, so when we were approaching the Monterey Bay Area Business Program, Green Business Program, excuse me, we had a visit from PG&E and another affiliate of theirs to audit our lighting and see what we can change and what can we do to better create our operation more efficient. And they did point out a lot of our lighting, and a lot of the work that would have been done if it was purchased directly from them, or if it was done ourselves and try to get the rebates through PG&E directly, it would have took time. There would have been a lot of investment at that moment, but these programs do happen immediately. So those rebates, we were able to see them immediately. So an investment that would have costed around $6,000 ended up costing us about $900. Wow. And within a month, we're able to see savings. So it's kind of a no-brainer when it comes to these type of things.
So if it's a no-brainer, what advice would you have for another business who wanted to pursue the Green Business Certification? Sure,
I would encourage them to do do a little bit of research and not be too discouraged with the work that comes along with it. Take your time, spread out the work a little bit. There's different sections in the program that can be spread out, and and as well as a lot of awareness happens when you're researching a lot of these topics. So you're able to learn about what are the different green options that are there and where savings options are out there as well.
Wonderful. Well, it was a pleasure having you on the show today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Happy to be here.
Hi, welcome back to Going Green. My name's Shawn Novack with the Water Resources Association. I'm also a member of the Green Business Committee through the Chamber of Commerce in San Benito County. I want to welcome in our studio today Steve Veltri from Ewing Irrigation. Welcome, Steve.
Thank you, Shawn. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you. I know Ewing provides landscape irrigation and golf course professionals with all they need to have healthy environments, with sustainable environments and things like that. My mission in the show is about sustainability. I try to get people to use water efficiently. And I know you were at a trade show recently down in Los Angeles. Can you tell us about some of the new products that are out there to help people use water efficiently when they're irrigating?
Yeah, it's a really exciting time for irrigation right now. The technology is actually that's been out there in a lot of other industries is now trickling down to irrigation. The fact is we've got products that are in the field, that are in the ground, that have been there for 30, 40 years.
Yeah, I see a lot of that.
30 and 40-year-old technology. Yeah. So, there's some great new improvements in things like utilizing the internet as a means in which to program controllers. Controlling your controllers from a cellular phone, or a mobile device. I mean, that's the type of technologies that are now trickling down to even the homeowners. So those conscious homeowners can actually utilize those types of products to better manage their water use.
That's great, yeah. I know in the Hollister, San Juan Bautista area, we have a lot of clay soil. And I see a lot of people, they'll run their irrigation systems too long and the water puddles up on top and creates runoff. So I advise people, when they have soils like that, to shorten the time when they're irrigating, but increase the amount of times that they irrigate each week, so they'll allow that water to absorb into the soil. Are there any products out there that could help people with this rather than having to do that irrigation scheduling?
Yeah, and you know, Shawn, I'd love to be able to say that there's a silver bullet that's out there that's this magic thing that's going to automatically do everything that we need to do in irrigation to be water conscious. But the fact is, it's a bunch of little things. It's cultural practices, it's particular products. And one particular product specifically with regards to what you're referring to is high efficiency nozzles, actually taking older wasteful nozzles and replacing them with a higher efficiency nozzle. One of those is incredible product called the MP Rotator.
Yeah, I'm really interested in that product.
It really is a nozzle that takes distribution uniformity to a very high level, and I'm sure you'll talk a little bit about what that is, but it takes that as well as the precipitation rate and drops down the amount of water that it's distributing, and when it distributes it efficiently across whether it be turf or flower beds.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, talking about distribution uniformity, I mean, when you talk about irrigation, it's all about distribution uniformity. Absolutely. And what that is applying the water evenly across your landscape area. So you don't want a bunch of water going in one area and very little water in another area. It has to be distributed evenly. So with that being said, I know there's some sections in Hollister especially where landscaping is on a hillside, and hillsides are always tricky to irrigate anyway. Is there any tips on how people can irrigate those? Yeah,
so low volume irrigation or drip irrigation is something that's very common nowadays. We're seeing a huge spike in those products being purchased, which is great because that's good for us that are trying to conserve water and that are focused on conserving water. But they're not always the answer for, again, no silver bullet with regards to how to manage slopes. But some of the key things is, yeah, look at low volume irrigation or drip irrigation, but also look at the similar nozzle that we just talked about, which has a lower precip rate, and that's a high efficiency nozzle, because in some cases drip you may have to get up onto the slope and actually work through the emitters and some of the clogging, and what you don't want to do on a slope is have much traffic, because that's going to dislodge some soil and cause some problems on the slope.
Great, great. Well, we're about ready to enter in the springtime here, and that's when people start going out into their yard. And I was hoping you could advise people. My agency provides a service where we go out and meet with the homeowner, and we'll check the irrigation system and provide recommendations and develop an irrigation schedule for people. But you being the professional, maybe you can tell people, like, what are some ideas when they start the irrigation season? What should they be looking for? What should they be doing? Things like that.
Well, I think the first thing is familiarize yourself with the irrigation system. Many people think of that clock that's on the wall as this magic box that somehow keeps my grass green, and the fact is there's a lot more to it. And I think familiarizing yourself with your system is very important. So, for example, run your system for 1 to 2 minutes in each one of those zones, and really you're just doing a site inspection. Look at what's going on there. Do you see any cracked sprinkler heads? Are you seeing any redirected nozzles that are spraying against the wall when they should be spraying out into the turf?
See that, or spraying a driveway or whatever.
And because they're run typically early morning where no one's around, they're not going to see that in normal situations unless they go through a system check. But look for wet spots. That will usually mean there might be some leaks that are there. And those are the types of things that you want to do beforehand. Look at deflection, anything that may have grown at all and now is deflecting the water from getting to where you want to put it. Those are all wasteful things that take place.
Well, those are some good pointers. Well, I want to thank you for being on the show, and I hope you come back with us in the future and maybe keep us apprised of any new developments in your industry. And
absolutely.
And again, thank you again for being on.
Thank you.
All right.
You're watching Going Green, and I'm David Huboi. I'm a certified green building professional and a licensed architect from Hollister. And on the show today, I have Cara Denny. And Cara is the owner of the Living the Green Dream in San Juan Bautista and also Gateway Properties. And she's a proud mother of 3 kids, aged 15, 10, and 8, I believe.
That's right.
Welcome to the show, Cara.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, great. You know, I want to start with Living the Green Dream. The word the Green Dream, and we're also part of a networking group called Green Drinks, and we're talking about the incentives of going green. It's always, the life cycle costs and saving money. And I thought, well, but the Green Dream is something like an intangible vision. It was very intriguing to me because my incentive of going green, kind of a spiritual thing. But then I also attended some classes today, a seminar down sponsored by Granite Rock, and one of the classes was economy, state of the economy, with construction, and I thought the Green Dream should also promote environmental friendly regulation that is also business friendly, so you would have a sustainable world that would not only have a healthy environment, but also have businesses that would prosper. What do you think?
Like that.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
So that was I was been thinking about the Green Dream, and that's, for, if you will, that is my connotation of the Green Dream.
Very
So,
good.
but let me ask you about your business, the Green Dream. How did that come about?
Well, in 2006, I started a company called Preservation Specialist, and we go into bank-owned properties and we get them ready for sale. And when I went into the homes, I was shocked to see the amount of consumer waste that was left, the amount of items that were left behind that people didn't take with them. And I spent a lot of time at the landfills, and we did come up with some policies in the business in which we recycled as many items as we could from the homes. And I decided from that point on that I wanted to invest in a green type of business, and that's how I came up with Living the Green Dream.
Great, and I see you have many examples of the products that you display at your store here.
We do. Our mission at the store is to educate consumers through our products on living greener lifestyles. We use clouds in the store that say the why and the buy, and it tries to educate consumers as to why exactly they should be using products and what the current products they're using are doing to the environment. So.
I noticed one of the products I saw on your website, and I see it right here, is a bamboo kind of a cutting board. What the bamboo is a material that I really like. You know, I have bamboo floors in our home, and it's a plant that is almost renewable because you cut it down and it'll grow again, and it doesn't involve any pesticides and fertilizers. Am I correct?
Exactly, exactly, and that was one of the reasons why I decided to carry that product in the store. It's actually a newer product that we are carrying, and it's our featured one on our website right now.
And also, is there, you know, we were talking earlier today about cleaning supplies. Maybe, you know, when you want to clean those windows, sometimes it's helpful to, instead of buying a supply that uses a lot of chemicals, maybe you were talking about a recipe for putting a cleaning solution together.
Correct. We have here distilled white vinegar, and it's a 1/4 cup of that, a lemon, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and water. So there's easy ways for you to make things at home that are made from natural products. In the store we carry a Citrus Magic brand that has no petroleum in it and is biodegradable, non-toxic. They're all very, very good products to use. The Veggie Wash is as well very good to clean your vegetables or fruits and veggies before you eat them.
Great. Is this one of the soy candles you were talking about earlier?
Correct. So once again, regular candles use petroleum, which petroleum is, to make it consumes a lot of energy and water. And so soy candle burns cleaner and longer, as well as the smell is more fragrant and stronger. So they're a very good alternative. There are also beeswax candles as well that are great substitutes for your normal candle.
Great, great. You know, also I noticed on your website you have green tips for consumers, and one of the tips that kind of struck out for me is the tip that is when you recycle 1 aluminum can, you're saving an amount of energy to power a television set for 3 hours. I thought that was something else.
Yeah, there's a lot of things on the website that do, you know, educate you as to why going green is better.
Right, and all that old refrigerator, we talked about this on an earlier show, that the one you store beer, at least I used to store beer in there for my buddies to watch football games. I mean, that consumes a lot of energy.
That's correct.
Yeah. Well, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about on your green tips or your store that?
Well, I did want to talk about the body products that we do have in the store, and my concern is with the current products that many people use is that they also are high in petroleum and that they are toxic to your body. And so by using natural and organic body products, you're not putting the toxins into your body, you're actually cleaning your pores better, and they are much better for you.
Wonderful. Well, Cara, I really want to thank you for coming on the show today and promoting the wonderful products that you have at Living the Green Dream, and good luck to you. And
thank you.
I'd like to have you come back again in the future too.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And you know, we have a website, livingthegreendream.com, that people can shop on, as well as a store location at 33 Washington Street in San Juan.
Great. We'll see you at the next mixer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Welcome back to Going Green, and I just want to thank our guest today. And well, first I want to thank Lisa for doing the intro, and I'm the first guest with Jay Leaf and Henry Catalan, and then also Steve Veltri.
That's right.
And then my guest was Cara Denny, and she left some real nice examples of the wonderful wares at her store. And
oh, this tuber rose is great.
Taking a sample home.
Yeah.
Oh, this smells so good.
But I also want to say Jay Leaf, I mean, I'm really impressed. You know, they went through a lot of changes there to become green certified, and they're starting to reap the benefits now. And that's what it's all about now, you know, so.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to show that a business, you know, can save money, you know, by making those changes.
I think so.
So a lot of times people need to see there's a financial savings before they're ready, you know, to make any kind of environmental changes.
Conservation of energy and conservation brought about a increased productivity, and then your guest with conserving resources with water, and then
Steve at Ewing is going to help me get the whole Hollister area efficient with their water use.
Great. And these green products, conserving resources in the production of these green, wonderful green products from Cara Denny's Living the Green Dream. So I want to thank you guys for watching Going Green, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.